Okay, Tony, good to go.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I would like to call a meeting of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission to order on this Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. It is now 4:41. The meeting will begin. Can we have a roll call on tonight's commissioners then?
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Here.
Hasbricki,
Here.
Myricks,
Here.
Hopridge.
Here, for the record, we have 4 present with 1 absent. Okay, number 2 is a declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 3, communications.
Commissioner, we did receive one letter from Mr. Paul Rock, Townhouses of Columbia. He is interested in purchasing the vacant property that neighbors his apartment complex at 7212 to 7238 Columbia Avenue. And the vacant property in question is 7244 Columbia Avenue.
Commissioners, at this point, I would recommend submitting this to staff for review, and we will give you an update at the next meeting.
I so move.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Tony, you need a roll call.
Need a roll call.
I'll do. Okay. Let's have a roll call then. That we have a motion and a second to refer the communication letter from Townhouses of Columbia for the vacant parcels at 7200 block there of Columbia.
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Hasbricki,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 4 is our minutes dating April 6th, 2021.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the acceptance of the minutes of April 6th, 2021.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. That's for our minutes dating April 6th, 2021. If there's no further questions or discussion, let's have a roll call on the minutes, please.
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Hasbricki,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopridge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 5 is the approval of the revised subordination guidelines. Hopefully last week's study session helped us out on that, so.
Yes, I'm asking for the approval of the revised subordination guidelines that were discussed at our work session last week.
So moved.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know we had the study session. I'm not as cool as you guys are about all this stuff, but I would like it further defined to me. I understand it. I want it defined in less technical. I want it defined real simple.
Okay, so I think you have the guidelines in front of you that are highlighted. So the highlighted ones are what are the ones that were changed.
Mm-hmm.
So basically for homebound, there would
No,
be.
you know what, Andrea, I understand everything else. The only point, it's the first highlighted point, the after refinance debt to value ratio on the property cannot be over 90%. So I guess what I want, and maybe, I don't know, maybe Wally could speak to this, is to kind of explain it, make it a little more clearer for me.
Do you understand what it means when we subordinate a loan? When somebody takes a loan, they put a lien on the property.
Okay.
And then the city of Hammond gives them in a homebound $2,500, and we put what's called a second mortgage or a lien on the property.
Okay, I understand that. Go on.
Okay, so when somebody goes to refinance, they change that first lien. If we don't subordinate, we would go into a first position. That other lender doesn't, they want to be in the first position, and we're okay with that as long as we stay in what is the second position. Now some of the changes we made simplified some things. I think we made homebound very
Right.
simple. I mean, we approve everything anyway, so I don't know if it really, but
No, but you know what? I just want it for my own knowledge. Like I get confused when we say debt to value ratio on property cannot be over 90%. So the debt,
so if the house was worth $100,000
uh-huh,
and the bank was going to give them 80,000 and we were in a second position for $10,000, that would be 90%. So we take the two loans that are out there, the new first guy and us, and that's got to be 90% or less of the value of the house. That's where the appraisal discussion kept coming in, which I think it's going to come up again, by the way,
yeah.
in other instances, but I guess we'll discuss those as they come.
Okay, thank you so much.
Because I don't think that helps.
Yeah, no, it does. Thank you. And I apologize that I have to have it explained again and again, but it's one of those things. It's just a little bit confusing to me.
Just to continue my minor discussion here, I reached out to some of the people I know, and I was wrong, which certainly happens often, but some banks do not require appraisals now. They are saying now that anything under the FHA guide or the Fannie guideline is now anything under 300,000. A bank does not have to require an appraisal. They can, of course, but they're not required to. So the issue that we're talking about, where people don't want to get appraisals, actually is valid. I'm not saying that, I never said it wasn't valid. I thought it was strange, but like I say, I did kind of do a little research, and they're it is our government at work. Simplifying things.
That is correct. I found the same thing out. Basically, there's a lot of refinancing going on, as you know, with these historic low rates. And that's been happening where banks have said you don't need an appraisal. So, but, some do, some don't, but I did find that out as well. So good point.
They are requiring in some cases, a broker's opinion, which I think we can, again, I think we'll cross those bridges when we come.
Okay.
And
But in this one, I think it's going to be tough.
Excuse me, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak. I'm sorry, forgive me. Guys, can you hear me?
You really shouldn't be speaking right now, maybe under public expression, but
Oh.
I can remember you were the
I
one
did.
that was trying to with the appraisal, so.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was about what you guys are just talking about now, and I didn't know if I still fall under that. That's the whole reason I kind of came on to listen to you guys, and it was about I was trying to refinance, as you may remember, and I couldn't because it wasn't a certain 5 years or something, and you guys were going to have a meeting about it. And I assume you guys already did. I don't know what the technical terms are, what you came up
Why are you
with.
still talking?
Sorry.
Well,
I will contact Mr. Rowland tomorrow morning.
Oh,
okay, thank you, Andrew.
I'm sorry. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you.
It's kind of tough through Zoom here, but thank you. I know there's a motion on the floor. If there's no second yet, but if there's any further questions or discussion by the commissioners. If there isn't any, then we will need a second.
Second.
All right, thank you. There is a motion now and a second. That's for the approval of the revised subordination guidelines. Let's have a roll call, please.
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, number 6 is approval of purchase agreement for 4548 Holmen Avenue.
So commissioners, in your packet, you will see a copy of a purchase agreement for this property between the Redevelopment Commission and B&M Real Estate. It was signed by the member of B&M Real Estate, Mr. Otilio Murillo. He is looking to purchase this vacant redevelopment property, which is adjacent to his property. And he would like to purchase it in hopes of extending his parking lot. He will update the parking lot with paving and any landscaping that the city requires. He will purchase the lot at $10. And it also will be title and closing costs as well. The staff has approved this. You approved it at your last meeting. And if you have any additional questions, the owner of the parcel, the adjacent parcel is on the Zoom in case you have direct questions for him.
So does this need to be reapproved or is it's already approved? He's just here for questions?
Yep, just your approval for your signature at this point on the purchase agreement.
I think we've already been through this, so I don't understand, but I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. That's the approval of purchase agreement for 4548 Holmen Avenue. Let's have a roll call then, please.
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes, 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you, commissioners, and thank you, Mr. Murillo, for attending.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Welcome.
All right. We've talked about this one a little bit too before. Number 7 is approval of HVAC proposal for 5246 Holmen Avenue.
Commissioners, this is an estimate. We have approval for HVAC for the Indiana building at 5246 Holmen. Bud Mechanic was the lowest bid, and they will be replacing 2 furnaces and an AC. And it's all packaged together. The lowest bid that they supplied was $14,000.
It's already reviewed by staff and such.
Yes.
It doesn't seem unreasonable to me.
They've been around forever and they're just actually just right down the street.
Yep. It's good to keep our Hammond businesses going. So yes, we're very happy that they submitted this estimate.
Well, if there are no further questions or discussions, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the HVAC system proposal for 5246 Holmen Avenue.
I second that.
Okay, there is a motion now and a second. That's the approval of the HVAC proposal for 5246 Holmen Avenue. We have roll call on that.
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Number 8, approval of inspection testing agreement with State Line Fire Systems for 5209 Holmen Avenue.
So commissioners, I believe this is an annual inspection that State Line Fire Systems will do at 5209 Holmen. This is the Hammond Innovation Center. And I believe they just check all the fire security in the building, sprinkler system, backflow preventer, and it is estimated at $600.
Needs to be done.
Yes.
I
I so
make a
move.
motion. Oh, okay. I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. That's the approval of inspection and testing agreement with State Line Fire Systems for 5209 Holmen Avenue. Roll call then, please.
Talmadge, Stoto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent. Number 9 is approval of annual Community Housing Development Organization known as CHODO certification. It's for 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Commissioners, the last time I was before you was back in 2018. As the participating jurisdiction in the city, we have to make sure that our CHODO is capable to carry out any projects under the home requirements. Between 2019 and 2020, there were a number of factors that delayed that certification. The number one reason was 4 of the home funded projects were delayed for one reason or another. Then the executive director resigned. A new director was put in place. And then a few of the board members resigned as well. And at the end, towards the end of 2020, the board did hire a new executive director. Ms. Lavita Sparks-Wade was brought on to fulfill that position. And with the supporting staff of Ms. Tamika Polk, they have gotten things back on track. They have a full board, all the positions have been filled. 60/20, I don't know if any of you, if you were able to go out to their open house, but 60/20 Holmen Avenue was one of the home fund projects that was rehab, and I believe it's currently under contract to be sold. Ms. Sparks-Wade is also seeking additional funding by partnering with some local banks as well as applying for some different grants. So at this time, it's my pleasure to ask the commission to please recertify them for 2019, 20, and 21. And what does that look like and what does that mean? Those funds combined, operating funds, will be in a total of $114,317. Those are operating funds. I want to note that I would like to definitely encourage the staff to take advantage of any training that comes up in order to enhance their knowledge and skills on behalf of United Neighborhoods, Inc. And then $203,925 has been set aside for projects. I know Ms. Lavita Sparks-Wade is on in the meeting, if she has anything to add.
Yes, thank you, Awana. Thank you, Mr. President, and to the commissioners for this opportunity to serve in this capacity. We have been working diligently to try to get these projects that had been delayed back into a working status. And in a couple of weeks, we'll also be finishing up our new construction on Clark. So we'll be selling 2 houses this year. And we look forward to providing affordable, decent, safe housing for the residents of the city of Hammond.
Sounds good. I need to take a ride over there. I haven't been down Park in a while.
Absolutely. It's a 3-bedroom, single-family home. It's brand new, and we were actually able to get it under the rising prices for homes at this point. Because if any of you who are familiar with the market at this time, the cost of lumber alone is just really through the roof. So we're excited. That house is, I was over there the other day, that house is coming along wonderfully. And we've got only one more project that was delayed that we have to get finished within the next few months.
Sure. Yep, I don't have any further questions or comments, so thank you, Ms. Levita.
Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of the annual charter certification for the years 2019, 2020, and 2021.
I second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call then?
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, number 10 is a public hearing. It's Hammond, Indiana 2021 Annual Action Plan. Public hearing is now open. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is open for the Hammond, Indiana 2021 Annual Action Plan. All right, public hearing is closed. Public hearing is closed. Public hearing is closed for the Hammond, Indiana 2021 Annual Action Plan then. All right, number 11 is approval of alternate roofing bids for the Hammond Boxing Club.
Commissioners, we received 3 bids for the repair of the Hammond Boxing Club roof at 2050 Ogden Street. We would like to recommend going with the lowest bidder. That was Corellis Roofing, another Hammond company. They came in at an alternative bid of $62,900, and that will completely replace the upper roof and repair the lower roof. And that is what has been recommended to us at this time for the building.
Yes, I did see that. Does anybody else have any questions or discussion?
To Attorney Westland, I guess, don't know if I should recuse myself. I know a handful of the members, and I'm a member myself.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you recusing yourself. I don't think there's a technical problem or a technical conflict, but if you feel better about recusing yourself from this, that's fine. It probably gives a better appearance.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of the alternate roofing bids for the Hammond Boxing Club to Corellis Roofing of Hammond, Indiana.
I second that.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion then and a second. That's the approval of the alternate roofing bid for the Hammond Boxing Club. Can we get a roll call then, please?
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Choose to recuse myself, please.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 3 yes, 1 absent, 1 abstained. Okay, thank you all. Number 12 is acceptance of Jacobs Square infill residential home development.
About a month and a half ago, we received interest from ATG Development, Real Estate Development, to purchase the 10 parcels that we put up for RFP last year in Jacob Square for residential. In the intent to purchase these lots about a month and a half ago, it was a very preliminary, very basic note of interest. And at that point, we brought it before the commission with a recommendation to go to staff. In the meantime, we've received a more in-depth proposal, and that is what you have in your packet. And at this point, I would like to refer it back to staff so we can review this more in-depth proposal and give you a recommendation at the next meeting. But ATG has done some great work in Hammond. They did the 2 Class A office buildings in Oxbow Landing. We have a great working relationship with the company. I think they would be a great addition for this area. I think the quality of their developments are great. But at this time, I would like to refer to staff for more details.
I so move.
Second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to refer this to staff. Can we have a roll call then, please?
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperkey,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hawbridge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent to refer to staff. All right, we have another piece on here on approval of Hammond's Jacob Square contract amendment for that Windridge Park.
Yes, so this is the pocket park that the city is proposing for Jacob Square. It's comprised of 2 redevelopment parcels vacant at this time at the corner of Thornton and Claude. We've worked through the preliminary drawings and designs for the past month and a half or so with HWC Engineering. We finally honed it down to 1 or 2 options, and we met with Mayor McDermott last week, and he finally approved the design for the park. So at this point, HWC needs to amend their contract for the next phase of design. So at this point, they're going to get their final design together, get their site plan with elevations and utilities and building permits and everything that goes into a park. So this is what this contract covers. Keep in mind, though, that the bulk of this park will be paid by CDBG funds that Ms. Awana Miller is providing. And that's wonderful. And the city of Hammond is also part of a consortium for equipment, playground equipment. So we will be purchasing the equipment straight from the wholesalers. So we'll be saving money there. And our Parks Department's going to be supplying all the landscaping and the maintenance of the park. So we're saving money there as well. So just tonight, we're approving an amendment for the designers of the park for an additional $28,800. And we're hoping to break ground this year.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, yeah, I like the savings, Ms. Anderson, on this project. All right, we have a motion then and a second on the floor. Can we have a roll call then?
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperkey,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hawbridge.
Yes, motion passes. 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, number 14 is our reports. Does anybody want to share anything out there, Ms. Anderson or Awana Miller?
I have nothing at this time. Thank you.
President, I would like to announce the National Day of Prayer will take place on May the 6th at the Hammond Sportsplex. It is open to the public, but it's limited seating. Or you can also watch it on GoHammond.tv or Facebook Live. If anyone would like to attend in person, you have to have a ticket. So you would have to go to our website, which is GoHammond.com, our community development page, and it's not purchase a ticket, but get a ticket that way. And the event starts at 11 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. All right, I guess that might conclude reports. Number 15 is our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the register of claims for April 16, 2021 through April 29, 2021 for register of claims R95825 to R59871.
Second.
Okay, that's a motion and a second for the register of claims dating April 16, 2021 through April 29, 2021. Claims R59825 through claim R59871. Is there any further questions on these claims for staff? Okay, then roll call, please.
Talmadge, Soto Presley,
Yes.
Casperky,
Yes.
Myricks,
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, number 16 is new and unfinished business. Do we have anything tonight, Ms. Anderson or Attorney Westland?
I do not.
Okay,
I don't have anything either.
all right, thank you. All right,
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't know if it belongs here. Are we considering meeting in person again? Are we getting closer?
That's completely up to you. As of right now, the emergency was extended to the end of May. And so you're good to go. You're good to go with Zooms for your next meeting in June. I don't know that the emergency will be extended. If it is, you'd be able to do it either way. If it's not extended, then you'd have to be in person.
Thank you.
thank you for that update. All right, brings us to number 17, public comment. Public comment is open now. You have 3 minutes.
Hello, all members of the commission. I just want to give you my thanks for your consideration of that property regarding 4548 Holmen. Thank you all again.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for approving a parcel that really could use some work. It's great. Thank you.
My genuine pleasure.
All right, anybody else before I close public comment? All right, public comment is closed. Yes, number 18.
Mr. President, before I ask to adjourn, I just want to acknowledge that my councilman, Barry Tyler Jr. is on the call today. And with that, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, welcome Councilman Barry Tyler from the 3rd. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you.
Thanks, it's
joining
always
your-
a pleasure to be yours.
Welcome, Mr. Tyler.
Take care of those twins, Mr. Tyler. All right.
I'm trying.
Yeah, they can be a handful, right? All right, then we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can you all signify by aye?
Bye.
Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.
Have a safe week. Good to see everybody.
Good
Bye-bye.
night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.